All right, folks, this is stunning and disturbing. It's also a follow-up to a video we did a couple of days ago about Charlie Kirk's memorial service in Arizona, how his widow, Erica Kirk, stood on stage and publicly forgave her murderer. That was extraordinary. It was an act of compassion and grace that I'm not sure I'd be capable of under similar circumstances. And then Donald Trump spoke after her and basically undermined her entire message and said the exact opposite, which is that he hates his political opponents, aka the Democratic Party, aka half this country, tens of millions of Americans that he's supposed to serve. He says he hates them, not for the first time. And what's stunning and shocking about this isn't just what the sitting president said, but also how it's being laundered and sanitized and celebrated by MAGA Fox News hosts like Jesse Waters, who said, that's actually human and understandable, and that's okay. It's okay for a Republican president to hate tens of millions of Americans. Take a look.
Donald Trump is just like the rest of us, though. After what they've done to him, after what they did to Charlie, he doesn't want to forgive. He actually does hate the people that hate him. And that's okay, too. He's not perfect. He's going to say it how it is. He's an authentic guy. He's not going to pretend to be a fake Christian. And there's a part of the country that says we have to forgive these people. And there's another part of the country that says no. And that's where we are as a country. And that's okay. And we'll grow as a country, both factions together, and try to heal together.
Jesse Waters is incredibly he's a dangerous combination of smug and stupid. Really smug, really stupid. At least Tucker Carlson is just really smug. Carlson's really, really smart. Jesse Waters took his place after Carlson left the network. That was an incoherent mess. There's one faction in the country that says forgive, the other one says no, let's hate. And you know what? That's okay. Both is okay. We're going to grow together, even though we have diametrically opposite approaches. What about the other half of the country that don't like Donald Trump? Donald Trump has never been a particularly popular president. He's been historically unpopular. It is fair to say half the country doesn't like Donald Trump. Usually more than half the country. And Donald Trump said he hates them. We're going to play the clip as a reminder when he says he hates his opponents and remind you of another time in which he said it, as well as the excuse made by White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt. What's interesting is Jesse Waters is celebrating that. He's like, yeah, that's good. I want you to imagine if President Obama, President Biden, or any other Democratic president ever said something like that. Would Jesse Waters be saying the same thing? Yeah, it's understandable. He's not a fake Christian. That Obama is not a fake Christian. That Biden isn't a fake Christian. Sure, he's entitled to hate us. He's entitled to hate Republicans. He's entitled to hate half the country. He's entitled to hate people who don't like him. Would he be saying that? No. And so what this shows is that Fox has crossed the Rubicon, going from a right-wing, right-leaning, increasingly right-leaning, full-fledged propaganda. Like, there's no limiting principle for these people, for Donald Trump. When Donald Trump says, I hate half the country, and some of the biggest stars on Fox say, totally cool. He's just like the rest of us. We hate Democrats. He hates Democrats. It's all good. There's no hope for this network, collectively. Jessica Tarlov notwithstanding. Here's what Donald Trump said at Charlie Kirk's memorial.
In that private moment on his dying day, we find everything we need to know about who Charlie Kirk truly was. He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose. He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica. But now Erica can talk to me and the whole group, and maybe they can convince me that that's not right, but I can't.
It's not right. It's actually really disturbing for the sitting president to say this. Again, there's the hypocrisy element of it, which is really frustrating. But again, they delight in their hypocrisy. Trump delights in it. Jesse Waters delights in it. Trump supporters, as close to the center as Piers Morgan, they delight in the double standard. They delight that Trump says things and they don't hold him to the same standard they hold everybody else. It's stupid, it's irrational, it's hypocritical to hell and back, but the shamelessness is part of Trump's superpower. Again, it's not the first time. There have been multiple times. I found one clip doing research for this video. I found another. He said it in the Oval Office in the past couple of months as well, but I couldn't find the clip. I did a video about it. I need to go back and actually find the video. But here's Trump back in July 3rd, the day before Independence Day, also talking about how he hates Democrats.
I want to thank Republican congressmen and women because what they did is incredible last night. And the Senate, the Republican Senate, we got, not with all of the things we did with the tax cuts and rebuilding our military, Not one Democrat voted for us. And I think we use it in the campaign that's coming up, the midterms, because we got to beat them. But all of the things that we've given, and they wouldn't vote only because they hate Trump. But I hate them too, you know that? So it's sort of, I really do, I hate them. I cannot stand them because I really believe they hate our country.
So the representatives of the 50% of the country who don't like Trump, many of whom hate Trump, Donald Trump says he hates in turn. Now, I think that being a president means that you're not obligated. In fact, you're obligated to do the opposite. When half the country, Republicans, hated President Obama or President Biden, I don't think that Biden was permitted to hate them in return. If he did hate them, he, I think, was obligated to keep his fucking mouth shut. I think that when you're a president, you're supposed to serve the entire country, including people who didn't vote for you or support you, right? It is a bit of a loveless task. In exchange for all that power and pomp and circumstance, you're supposed to serve your country, even the parts of the country that hate your guts. And you're obligated to not reciprocate that hate, certainly not publicly. Yes, it's supposed to be one-sided. Yes, the public can say, fuck you, Mr. President, we hate you. And you shut up and you take it. That's what you get in exchange for all the power and all the decision-making abilities. Kind of like, not quite analogous, but work with me here. It's not uncommon for young children at one point or another in a fit of rage to say, I hate you to a parent. And I'm not a parent. I have a bunch of nieces and nephews. My sisters are all parents. That has been said. I've seen that said. We've seen it in movies. We've seen it happen. It's probably been said to you. You have probably said it at one point to your parent. And I imagine as a parent that would hurt to hear. I'm not a parent, but again, I imagine that would hurt to hear if I were a parent. But under no circumstances would we ever think it's okay for a parent to shout, I hate you too. No. That dynamic where one person has all the power and the responsibility and the other one is supposed to be served, parent and child. We don't want children to say, I hate you, but if they do, parents are supposed to shut the fuck up and not shout it back. It's the same thing with the sitting president of the United States, no matter who it is, and the citizenry. I understand it can be really frustrating, and obviously you feel how you feel, but if you deeply or genuinely hate your fellow Americans the way that Donald Trump obviously does, shut up. Don't say it. You're not supposed to say it, man. And it's disqualifying that you do. Meanwhile, Fox is saying, hell yeah, say it more. It's human. It's natural. It's natural to hate Democrats. It's okay for the president of the United States to hate half this country and to talk about it and to laugh about it and to celebrate it. And that's what Carolyn Leavitt said. I mean, and again, the script, I mentioned this in a previous video today. The script that goes out to Fox News hosts apparently goes to elected Republicans and top members of the Trump administration. You hear how Jesse Waters said it's okay. He's being authentic. Listen to what Carolyn Leavitt said during her most recent White House press briefing when asked about the same thing.
Sure, in the pink.
Thanks, Caroline. Liz Landers with PBS NewsHour. I just wanted to follow up quickly on something that the president had said yesterday. So we heard from Erica Kirk. She said she forgives the man who shot and killed her husband. And then right after that, we heard from the president who said, I hate my opponent and I don't want the best for them. How does that square with bringing down the temperature of political violence in this country? And then, if I could, I had a follow-up on Venezuela, too.
Look, the president is authentically himself. I think that's why millions of Americans across the country love him and support him, including Erica Kirk, who you...
The president is authentically himself. That's exactly what Jesse Waters said. Donald Trump is authentically, they admit, a hateful man who hates half this country, half the country that he's still supposed to serve, even if they don't feel the same way as the other half that support him. And it's, again, incredibly hypocritical, incredibly irrational, and erodes the standards. It erodes the standards for the presidency, certainly for Republicans, but I'd argue for future Democrats as well, because I promise you, folks, eventually there will come a day where you will find a Republican politician who's willing to play and act and speak out of the Trump playbook against Republicans. And these same Republicans and MAGA Republicans and conservatives and right-wingers who celebrate Trump's cruel and vitriol will be very upset. We see it time and time again. Will be very, very upset when they have to deal with somebody like that on the other side. And I hope we don't get there. So instead of celebrating what Trump does, they should be repudiating it loudly and consistently and saying, you can't say that. You cannot say that. And if you say that, there will be political consequences. And hopefully vote in Democrats in 2026 and 2028. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.